M.O. M.O. Okay, first of all, let me start this interview this way. What is the genesis of M.O.?
Okay, M.O. is actually a pet name that my husband gave me.
Okay.
Or calls me. Yes,
Okay.
he calls me Mo.
Okay.
A lot of his friends even know that too. They call me Mo.
So you decided when you were establishing your business, you decided to have it as Mo Kiddies.
Kiddies World.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Recently, you just established the second, or is it the third one?
The second store.
You are planning to have what?
5, 10, as
Wow.
God continues to guide us.
Wow.
As we progress.
Well, as what?
As we progress.
As you progress, fantastic. Yes, viewers, wonderful listeners, in the studio right now is one of my beloved daughters, Morenike Alalade. She joined YDI as a teenager a couple of years ago. She actually met her husband here in the ministry of YDI. She's doing a great job. She was a banker before she left the banking job to start her own business. Today, the business is prospering. She just opened the second shop, a multi-million naira business concern. And I'm looking forward to having more more centers or more branches. Then we'll be hitting billions.
Amen.
We have not hit 1 billion yet, but very soon, very soon. So tell us about your involvement with Prof. Alalade. How you got to meet?
Okay.
Yeah.
I became a member of YDI fully in 1999 after my secondary school, because YDI actually came to my school, and they came about 2-3 times, and I was like, oh, wow, these young people, with focus, direction, with the fear of God, the love of God, we see it radiating all over them, that I would want to be like one of these guys, and I want to go to where they are getting all this from. So I made up my mind that after secondary school, I would look for YDI and join. So 1999, after my secondary school, I joined YDI, and it was part of the ex-schools, that I received the first time as then.
Okay.
And from them we became friends, and for 7 years, we were friends for 7 years before we started dating, because we started dating after, I think that should be my final year in the university. That was when we started dating. We were friends, he was always encouraging me.
Yes, a good encourager.
From towards my academics, that I could make it, I could come out, with flying colors. Always asking about my results, if I had any challenges in my studies, spiritual life and all that. And that was how we started. We dated for 4 years before we finally married, 18th of December.
And I remember mentoring you guys. You remember?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When we had challenges
yes.
in our relationship then, because we both agreed that we're going to have one person we both agreed to go to if we needed counseling.
Like a third party kind of thing. Yeah.
Only person that would, not even our parents, only person that would.
Because your parents would be subjective,
Yes,
you know.
Yeah, we might feel this person is biased because it's your child or my child. But we know we were both submitting to the same spiritual father. And
there was a time both of you, what happened? There was a time both of you came, and I think after I spoke, a prof said, Benga said, he wasn't a prof then. I nicknamed him Prof because of his cerebral acumen. Powerful young man. I remember him taking me to Command Secondary School, Ibadan. That was where he did his secondary school. He was the chapel prefect. And he brought me over to the school to minister to the students. And when he was interacting and talking like, talking like an old man, very young but very sharp. So right from there, I started calling him Prof. I said, Prof. He talked like the Prof. And today, the prophecy is being fulfilled to the glory of God. Both of you came, and I remember that after I said what I said, I can't remember what I said now, but he said, Pastor, since you have said it, that's all. We are going to do whatever you said. That means both of you really believe in my judgment or my counsel or what?
Very, very well. Very, very well. We both agreed because we grew up under your tutelage, and
Okay.
We see you as our father.
Okay.
Spiritually, and your marriage too was reflecting what we wanted. So we knew that we could submit to your guidance in all areas.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much, Morenike. You're going to be speaking on starting your own business or starting a new enterprise. And I know that so many young people that will be coming to Camp Joseph this year, they will have this desire to start their own business or look forward to the time that they will be like you, to have your own business, run your own thing. Because for you to have left banking, I don't think you were able to put up to 5 years before you left.
4 years.
Or 4 years. After 4 years in the banking industry, and you just pulled out, let me start my own thing. It takes courage, it takes boldness, it takes faith, it takes vision. So tell us more about that.
It wasn't voluntary, leaving the bank. After I left the bank, I had to seek the face of God at what is the next phase, Almost immediately, I even started applying to other banks, and I'd even done interview. I was already at the final stage of getting another job, and Shiloh came, and I was asking God that, what's the next step? What's the next step? Growing up in the faith, I knew that faith wasn't an irresponsible thing. You still have to be doing something.
Yes,
so I was already making plans for getting another job. I just wanted God to direct me what was the next step. And I knew the leading wasn't to another job, but I was still processing it and still asking God. And 21 days fasting came. I was, just that one line prayer that, Lord, teach my hands to do something, guide me. And within the 21 days, I got it, a kiddie's world. And immediately, my husband was the first person I told that. I've gotten it, a kiddie's world. It was like kiddie's world, and I explained what I got. And I was like, fantastic, this is definitely from God. And as Bishop used to tell us that our faith is not irresponsible faith, we have to walk. So we started off immediately, and I submitted to a mentor to mentor me, because I'd not done any business before, to mentor me. She already had about 60 stores, 60 chains of stores then, and immediately I called her that I wanted to submit to her mentorship for a business, and she guided me, and I had to learn. I had to do a lot of learning.
That's good.
She gave me books. She gave me different things, and then even I had to go to stores, baby stores. Then people had to also train me. I had to go to submit to some people that I knew that were into it, some that were into retail. How to source the different aspects of business. I had to do that, and then very early too in the business, I had to go to EDC, Pan Atlantic University, Lagos Business School, for Enterprise Development Center for entrepreneurial certification. So I did that. It was a lot of investments to do that. But because I knew I had to learn, because to be different, you have to learn this thing. Excellence doesn't just come.
No.
You have to learn the skill. People respect your business when you are skilled, and even God honors skill.
Of course, it does.
So I had to learn, and I thank God. I really thank God, and because of the connection I have with YDI and the people, the association I have an advisory board. I have an advisory board for my business, which a lot of
The
YDs are part of. I'm benefiting from right now. I have advisory board, different aspects of the business, from legal to e-commerce, strategy, accounting, finance, and
But you really started well, But you didn't tell them that the resident pastor of your business.
My family is aware, and the business, so my staff.
Anytime I'm passing that place,
yes,
I always
pastor,
branch and speak the word, put my hands on those words and speak that they be purchased, that they were not meant to decorate the shelves.
Yes. All those times have been really strategic and impactful.
So the second place, is it growing, the staff and all that? You have faithful staff?
Yes. God really helped us, because this particular place, we actually had a second store before, but the logistics wasn't working too well, so we had to shut it down and then re-strategize. So this particular one that we have now, we just started mid-August of this year, and it's been mind-blowing. I just thank God. When you are directed by God, when you have a leading, as Christians, some of us think Christianity is just, it's a lot when you get direction. The Bible says that He teaches us to profit. There's something for us to be taught. Profiting needs to be taught.
Yes.
It's a great advantage if you are directed by God. Specific steps. And
you need to emphasize that, because Camp Joseph is strategically placed for young people to sit down and plan for the next year. Since we started Camp Joseph in the year 2000, it's been 27th to 30th of December every year. It's strategic. Young people come to camp and we teach them how to plan for the next year. Yes, the mistakes you have made, don't count on them anymore. Just learn one or two things from it and plan towards the next year. So how will you now help them to plan? Some of them may not start business like you, but how do you teach them how to begin to have vision for their own business? What should they be doing now while they are getting ready for full-blown business like yours?
Because, like I was saying, that as young people, we should never be found, idle, doing nothing. Because even after my secondary school, before I went to university, I worked. After my university, before NYC, I worked in primary school that I went to. I taught. I was a teacher. And then after my university, before even going for NYC, I had to go sell recharge cards because I couldn't sit down.
That's good. Wow.
And then after my university, before I started work, if you remember, I volunteered in YDI.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. So, and from there, God blessed me. God gave me a job. So, at every point, get to do something. Get to do something. And from there, God will bless it. It says, He will bless the works of our, and not our idleness. So, you just have to keep doing something. And then, prayers. Well, maybe I'm too prayerful. I pray to God for everything.
Whenever it's good now. Actually, you and Benga were in the powerhouse. You remember?
Yes,
prayer group of YDI.
I pray about everything, and I specifically sought the face of God for a leading on what exactly God wanted me to do. And the Bible says that if you if you seek him with the whole of your heart, you would find him. He would direct us, and I got the leading. And even if you've not gotten it, don't be idle. Do something.
Do something.
Do something, and God will
Whatsoever
actually
your hand findeth
to do. And then humble beginning. Businesses don't have to start with a complex, 10 billion or 10 million. Start small. The experience you are learning from the very little things are the same things that you are going to use when your business grows. So those little experiences, those little things, those trainings, they can't be bought.
No, they can't.
You have to learn those things. So humble beginnings, little beginnings are very, very significant, very, very helpful to any stage that you want to get to. So whatever your hands find to do, do it. Whatever skills you have, monetize it.
Monetize it.
Monetize your skills and be faithful, be diligent in the little things you have. See it grow. Nurture whatever capital you have.
Yes.
As it grows, even God will be confident to give you more, to increase you, and you'd even see yourself, confident to do something bigger. So start little.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you very much, Morenike Alalade. You are a fellow in YDI. Fellows Council is populated with young people who have been part of YDI for years. So it's the elite group within the ministry of YDI. And you've been a faithful member of that council. So tell us what you people are planning for us this year at Camp Joseph. Great things.
Yes, sir. Great things.
Great things.
Camp Joseph is always a major event.
Yeah, for Fellows Council.
The year for Fellows Council. So we have a committee already.
Yes. That's good.
God has always been helping us, and this year will be better.
Amen. So shall it be in Jesus' name. Yes, this is the time for you to give your parting counsel or a word, to some of the people watching or some of the people listening.
Yes. My parting advice would be that young people should be responsible. Young people should be responsible and be spiritual. It's an advantage.
I like that.
It's a great advantage for us to have a connection with God. It makes every little effort beautiful. It makes it, rewarding. And if you're diligent, if you're responsible, you're godly, you're spiritual, the sky is just the beginning.
Not even the limit.
Yes,
I like that.
Like Pastor used to say that he's waiting for very soon young people in their jeans.
Yes.
Will be giving out millions.
Yes.
And it's a prophecy that is already being fulfilled. And we are so glad to be under your tutelage, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, viewers, listeners, this is my beloved daughter, Morenike Alalade. She's a young person that I believe and I have respect for. She and her husband, they have been part of this commission. Their husband is a member of the Board of Trustees of YDI. And I know that their investment, their commitment in the ministry of YDI, only God will reward them